And today I'm going to review a movie that came out on Netflix, that being The Guilty, starring Jake Gyllenhaal as a 911 operator and a cop himself. So, this movie is not really talked about. Despite Spider-Man No Way Home coming out, and Jake Gyllenhaal was in the previous Spider-Man movie, I find it ironic that he's playing a cop character while Spider-Man doing his own thing because he's dealing with Mysterio. Basically, because Spider-Man got framed. But in this movie, Jake Gyllenhaal is a cop. And I know this movie isn't tied into the MCU. It's not. We know that. It's just, I find this movie very intense, despite it all taking place in one room. Jake Gyllenhaal is basically in the police station the whole time. The opening shot of I think it's San Francisco or whatever. It's like devastating to watch. You're just like, whoa. It's like very dark and stuff. It's just like, this movie's not going to be squeaky clean. So this movie is basically about Jake Gyllenhaal as an 911 operator. His name's Joe, and Joe gets this one random call that really clicks to him for some reason. And he's also known for being a jerk, and he's shown that side of him throughout this movie. Jake Gyllenhaal is always playing angry characters. If you've seen Nightcrawler, great movie by the way. In this, I can see the parallels. He meets this girl who's been kidnapped by some, criminals or whatever, and it's just he keeps getting answers from calls from cops or whatever, and they're trying to find her. And he also gets a call from the kids, who I forget their names, but one's name is Oliver. It's a baby, and people think it's early on in the movie, you think Oliver dies because someone breaks into the house, I'm pretty sure. And you're left wondering if he dies. And spoiler, the kid doesn't die. He's perfectly fine. And I think the brother, it was the one who's really nervous on the phone. It's just you understand what's going on here. It's really intense. Even though you don't see it physically. But you kind of just have to picture it in your mind, in a way. And Jake Gyllenhaal is just completely compassionate towards these people for some reason. Or he literally even denies a call from someone who scabs their knee or whatever on a bike or whatever. He literally just goes, "Go away." And and let's talk about his anger side, even though I already brought it up. He literally apologizes to one of his coworkers for being a jerk, and and even the coworker's just "Yeah, you've been a jerk to me." And he offers him coffee, and they seem like they could be on good terms, but probably not. He also yells at one of the cop. It was a girl. She's just "Hey, we got a lead," and then he screams at her, and he's just "Hey, have a better attitude." And you're just whoa. And so, the rest of the movie is just him getting emotional because of what's going on, and this girl's really freaking out because she's been kidnapped, and she's trying to find her way out, and she does. And literally Jake Gyllenhaal, Joe encourages her to beat up the guy she's been kidnapped by because she's ready to defend herself, and he literally tries to ask her simple questions what do you like, what's your favorite color, what's your favorite food, and Also, Joe has a family, but he's divorced, and he feels sad every time he looks on his phone. He sees his daughter, and we don't meet the family. We hear the mom on the phone, but that's about it. And and here's a spoiler towards the end. After the 911 call is all over, literally, Joe just hides in the bathroom, and it's just all sad and stuff, and he's looking through his phone, and then he calls someone, and here's the spoiler, he admits he killed somebody in the line of duty, but he killed somebody out of anger. Yeah, that temper of his is relevant towards the end, because literally at the end, when we're showing the end credits, it shows a radio broadcasting of a news report that he's turned himself in, and he's tried for murder. And yeah, that's how the movie ends. Kind of depressing. It kind of got a little happier when the mother is found and she's safe and her kids are safe. And it's just, yeah. I just felt engaged with this movie. Like, it was really engaging. Like, if you watch it, you might not really be into it. Yeah, I looked up this movie. There's a lot of cast members in this. Like, we got Paul Dano. He was in Batman, and now he's randomly in The Guilty. And we get Ethan Hawke. He plays one of the cops, but we don't hear his voice. Like, we got tons of cast members. We also got Steven Stanton. If you don't know who that is, he plays Ben Kenobi in Star Wars Rebels. And Grand Moff Tarkin in the Dave Filoni Star Wars animation saga. And yeah, I did not know he did a voice for this. They said he did an audition, but that's about it. So yeah, I think The Guilty's really great. I think Jake Gyllenhaal did a great job in this movie. I think he's a great actor. So what would I rate The Guilty? A 9 out of 10. Why not? So if you have Netflix, even though Netflix is going downhill lately, but if you ever see this movie on Netflix, go ahead, watch it. It's you might be really entertained. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And my next review, I think it's going to be the Snyder Cut or Ghostbusters 4. So yeah, see you guys next time.